Alright, hello guys. We're currently here live in Kirksville, Missouri. We're going to be heading south pretty soon here. Just kind of right now deciding what to do direction-wise, but I'm really feeling pretty good about today now. I think we've got a good shot of some QLCS tornadoes throughout a large portion of this central and northern Missouri area tonight into this evening, or this afternoon, late afternoon into the evening. Pretty good. I feel a lot better than I did when I left this morning, so that's a good sign. Usually it isn't how that goes, but we'll see how I can continue to progress here, but I feel better and better the longer I'm out here right now. But anyways, yep, we're in Kirksville. I think we're going to head southwest right now. But yeah, we're currently here, Kirksville, heading southwest pretty soon. Just kind of waiting a little bit, just give myself a little bit of time to kind of check some stuff out quick, but we'll definitely be heading southwest at some point here, at least south. We want to position ourselves pretty well for these later storms. I have a feeling that we'll want to be south, or I will want to be south, I guess, because technically it's just me today. Just rolling solo today, but get this stream up here on my lap or my tablet so I can check out the chat. And then we'll have a nice little view here of alright. Should have the stream chat up and rolling now. I can already tell this thing's gonna be a nasty little tornado producer within the next couple hours here. It's already starting to progress pretty well. But anyways, that line is really starting to convect pretty well now. I have a good feeling about this right now. Gonna head north-northeast, or northeast-northeast, probably more so, but I feel very good about this little bowing segment that's just starting to form here. Just gonna head that direction just a touch. But thank you all for tuning in here. We're going to head south. I think we're going to head southwest. Not just south, but it's going to be really bad data, but I think I'd prefer to head southwest. Let me check some radar really quick. So that storm is currently just west of Kansas City. and it is currently making its way northeast. Let's see, so if it's moving that way, yeah, I'd say Brookfield's a really good bet right now. May end up needing to go further east or south, I'm not sure yet. Yep, currently in Kirksville right now. I don't know if I'm going to head south or southwest. I'm trying to decide if I want to be closer to the thing, if I want to sit out in front a little more, because I mean, if I go straight south, it's only half an hour, and then I can head west towards Brookfield later on. Might just sit here just a touch longer, because I mean, I don't really have too much to miss right this minute. It's getting its act together. Also getting the feeling that this could be a decently prolific tornado day for some reason. I think there could be a lot of tornadoes on this QLCS line as it comes northeast. But we'll see. It just feels, something feels interesting about it, the whole thing. I don't know why. An hour. It's only 5 minutes longer if I go straight south first. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just gonna go straight south down to Macon. I'd rather get south first. You know what though? We might just sit here and let stuff progress for a little while. Because I mean, I can always get south pretty fast, and I can also get north pretty fast. So I think this is a great spot to kind of just sit, wait, see what's going on. Because I mean, models keep showing stuff being north of here and south of here, but I'm just like kind of in the middle of a good spot right now. So I'm just trying to decide whether I want to keep myself in a good spot for both or like what, but I think I'm going to keep myself in a good spot for both here instead of committing to one right this second. Because it'll be very easy to get to the other one. And it's a line, this isn't like a supercell. Linear kind of ones, it doesn't matter if you stabilized pretty well. We'll see. I've got a decent feeling about today. We got a severe thunderstorm warning on that storm. About to go through Kansas City. That's the start of the stuff that's coming through here later. Thunderstorm warning just got issued for Kansas City. It's that stuff coming this way, like I said. And I think we're just going to wait. If anything, I could head west. You can already see some little mesovorticey rotation in the northern part of the storm. This could be a long day for a lot of tornadoes. A lot of QLCS tornadoes. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Brookfield. I think it's just better for me to get down southwest right now. We can check how the data is. I don't really want to lose data. Sitting in Kirksville, Missouri, just about to head southwest. We got some severe thunderstorms on the way to Kansas City right now, and I think I want to get a little bit closer to them. So I think I'm heading to Brookfield. Now, we definitely will lose data a couple times in there, so be prepared for that. But stick with it. It'll all come back at some point. But yeah, we're going to head to Brookfield right now. Get to a better positioning here for when these things really start to become tornadic. I have a feeling we've got maybe 20 minutes till that thing maybe has its first warning on the northern side. There's a really good shot of some embedded QLC tornadoes today. I do not know why the SBC has been so conservative on the forecasting today. We've got a lot of clearing and a lot lot of just the environment looks really conducive for QLCS tornadoes. I really am not sure what the SPOC was thinking about having a 2% with and only a 5% wind threat right now where that other storm's starting. So I don't know. It feels way more juice than that for some reason. We'll see. Today really does feel like a big QLCS day. It does not feel like a 2% tornado and 5% wind day kind of day. This is really started to destabilize well and get to a point where I'm thinking we're going to have a more widespread tornado. Brief and weaker tornado day, but I feel like we still will have a good shot here. When I say brief and weak for a tornado, it's still a tornado, so. I'm going to stop here quick and get my stuff set up first. I just want to be fully prepared. Take my jacket off, it's getting real warm now. With that clearing, you know. A lot more clearing than we were thinking. I mean, heck, I didn't think we'd get this much clearing at all. And I mean, we're got it. Plenty of time to spare. Feel pretty good. But if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. And also, I appreciate any donations or anything. Helps with the gas and everything. But currently here in northern Missouri, just kind of awaiting for these storms to get this direction and start to intensify more. But they're looking solid already, and they've just started. So it'll be a long day of some nice QLCS chasing. I haven't got to do one of these in a long time just because they don't really tend to happen earlier in the season. But we finally have kind of a nice looking QLCS tornado kind of day, but we'll see. I have a good feeling about it though right now, tornado wise. Likely won't be the strongest tornadoes, but they're definitely going to have a chance of being a bunch of them, especially if things are going on keep going how they are right now. But I can see the stream chat right now, so welcome in to everybody. Currently in Kirksville, the environment just keeps improving for tornadoes. Probably get a tornado warning here in Kansas City within the next hour, honestly, or somewhere nearby, because just that northern part of that thing already starting to look tornadic, which is insane. It just formed, basically. Anyways, here we're in Kirksville and just kind of chilling around right now. I'm considering heading southwest. I just really, I don't know, because I feel like models are still showing some stuff up here. But I think the best bet is to head southwest because that storm's just starting to get this way. I think Brookfield's a great first target. And I feel like I knew we were going to get earlier initiation today, and we did. So, as expected. These models didn't have that storm firing where it is right now till about 3 p.m. and we're at 1:40, so about an hour early. So that means we should have storms here about 4-ish. So I'm thinking we're about exactly what I was thinking. But yeah. We'll see how stuff progresses here. Tornado watch. Wow. Holy crap. I thought we were getting a severe thunderstorm watch. I did not expect a tornado watch today, so that's something. I honestly don't even know what to think anymore. I did not expect to see a tornado watch. Anyways, we definitely want to get down to Brookfield, though. I do know that. Or Macon. I'm trying to decide if we're going to Brookfield or Macon. That's the decision right now. Going southwest, or are we going south and then west? I'm not actually confused because I had said it's gonna be a lot better chance of tornadoes than the SPC was kind of leading on with their outlook earlier. It seems like a 5% tornado day at least. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I gotta get to Brookfield. I keep thinking like either if I want to go south or just southwest or what, but I think it's got to be southwest. Maybe. I think I'm going south. Then I can get more south or west the same amount of time. What to do, but I think I'm just going to go straight south down to Brookfield, or to Macon, sorry. Seems like a better route than having to go that Brookfield highway. I know it's rough, it's a weird, funky one. I've taken it before, and I probably will have to take it again, but I don't want to take it again today, so we're going to take the Macon route. And then we can get further south later, or earlier, if we had to. Because basically for today, you're just trying to get up to a good spot and find along the line where you get the best tornado potential. But we'll see. But yeah, we're currently in a tornado watch now. I'm a little surprised by a tornado watch being issued instead of severe thunderstorm. But I'm surprised they issued it. I'm not surprised about, like, I can see the environment definitely is conducive for a tornado watch, but I'm surprised about the fact that we actually got it. You know, because a lot of the times, these kind of events especially, the SPC does a little more conservatively on these more QLCS kind of tornado days. But we have, without a doubt, uptrended with that destabilization of the atmosphere with the cloud cover being cleared a lot earlier than was forecasted initially. So I think that's what's kind of led to this kind of rapid uptrend throughout the day. And I expect the SPC will probably put down a 5% tornado risk once we get to the next SPC update, but we'll have to see. You never know what the SPC updates usually do, because they're sometimes a little different than the watches even. But I think from the beginning that 5% would have been worth it. And I've kind of been saying that all day. Once we get that clearing, you're going to have the wind profiles look pretty solid, especially along that warm frontal zone. So we're definitely going to have the potential for some tornadoes. And I think definitely a higher percent chance than 2%, but we'll see. So a long ways to go. The storms are just starting to fire just southwest of Kansas City. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate everybody for tuning in here. Haven't chased in a while, so this will be the first one. A little bit of a dust buster. I do some well here. And we already have a tornado warning in Kansas. That's still we got to get our first tornado warning, but there you go. And from, that's always fun to know. I like to see where you guys are just chasing these tornadoes and whatever. So yep, that tornado warning is the first one issued, and it's right exactly along the line that I'm going to be on in a little bit of time. Just didn't want to jump on. So, should be able to produce for the next couple hours here. Especially in the summer, man. When it gets this hot, you're just like, that phone just... This whole area has bad connection. The entire area. So, it'll be a little iffy on the way down. stay about 10, 15, 20 miles ahead. I'm going to stop here just to look at stuff. 10, 15, 20 miles ahead the whole time, basically. And then if it looks like it's going to try to produce a tornado, I'm going to jump in there really close. Get nice and close and see how that goes. But as of right now, I'm kind of just watching. I'm kind of sitting a little far away and just waiting to see when I need to get down there by. Because I feel like we need to wait for it to intensify just a little bit more even than it's been. We'll see. Couple little areas of rotation looking possible on that thing. It looks like there could be a little bit of a prefrontal kind of thing on it. That's odd. That'd be something. You get prefrontals in this environment, you might have a big tornado day. Yeah. I 1000% expected a severe thunderstorm watch, so I'm impressed they went with tornado watch. Just a little bit south of Kirksville now. Just awaiting this convection to keep intensifying and moving northeast is kind of my deal right now. Don't want to commit either direction fully yet because, I mean, it looks like, well, at least on models, it's kind of both sides are starting to intensify in the north and the south. It'll just be wherever the better tornado potential looks. It's just closer to that boundary, which is, well, I guess it's a warm front. Wherever the warm front is a better spot to be, and it'll be the most northern part of the southern part, which is weird to say, but as of right now, it's looking like Macon kind of area. It's been trying to move north though, so it may end up being Kirksville area. But we'll see as it starts to keep rolling through the evening. If you guys have anything to say, I am looking at the stream chat quite a bit today, actually. I have it up on my my radar tablet because there's nothing going on too crazy right here, right now. So I have it up on my radar tablet. So let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, anything like that. Appreciate everybody for tuning in here. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, I do appreciate donations. They help out with the gas and everything. So yeah. Interesting. Also, becoming a channel member helps me out too. Get to see some behind the scenes video stuff and all that. Oh, sorry, I'm just babbling while this model's trying to run out. I am currently just south of Kirksville, Missouri. Let me see what this town's called. There's a little... Oh, it's La Plata, sorry. Yeah, I'm in La Plata right now. La Plata, Missouri. It sure looks like there's about to be some prefrontal kind of things forming on this thing. Prefrontal line's really odd. About two of them, I guess, actually. I've never heard that one before, actually, which is kind of funny. Alright, hour 4. Let's see what this looks like. Yikes. Oh, boy. Looks like around 4 p.m. we're going to have a nice bow echo right around this region if this continues. I'm going to probably make a post on it because it seems pretty intense for this area, so yeah, definitely looks like we're good. It's just continued to uptrend and uptrend and uptrend. So I mean, this area's gotten way under the gun now. Before it looked like it was going to be a lot weaker or further south, but now it's really trended north with that warm front kind of right along the Iowa-Missouri border, with a better, lot higher tornado potential. But thank you all for tuning in here. I really appreciate it. If you got other people to share it with, share it. We're just here, just awaiting these storms and seeing what's going to happen. Quick Facebook post kind of thing. I've chased 2 EF4s. I have chased the Greenfield EF4 and the Kyoto EF4, both in Iowa. And I've chased numerous EF3s as well. That looks more and more likely. This one threat keeps shifting north and more intense. I think it should be a 5% tornado risk at least for a lot of this northern Missouri area. I think mostly northern Missouri is going to be the main threat area right now, at least. Waiting here still, just looking around. Yeah, my laptop died. Oops. That'll be interesting. I am currently just by myself right now, today. A lot of times I have someone else, but today's kind of a solo day. I haven't had too many this year, actually. Have I had any solo chases this year? I don't think I've had a single solo chase this year, which is kind of insane. Usually I have plenty of them. Yeah, you know what? This is my first solo chase of the year. No, second solo chase of the year. First, like, actually kind of looks decent one. Still just waiting here. I just really don't want to I don't really want to commit to one spot yet. I kind of want to let stuff happen, you know. I just don't want to jump on an area and then kind of be like, well, I got to go back north or go back south or whatever. So it's just not best. Wow, we got a plume of about 3,500 surface-based cape raising from the south right now. It's kind of insane. A lot more impressive than it was looking. Lapse rates are improving. Mid-levels are going to be rough anyways, but they're actually way better than they were supposed to be. Wow. Basically every single field is better than it was supposed to be, which is kind of incredible. I did not expect that kind of stuff to happen today. It didn't feel like a day that was going, wow, super cell components high, which, I mean, whatever, super cell composite, but still, got a lot of good things going our way for tornadoes today. Definitely if you're in the area, I'd be watching as this line gets closer, because these tornadoes are going to be really fast and very quick. They will form very fast and also likely, they won't be super strong though, which is the best part, but overall these storms, if they do produce a tornado, will be very quick, short-lived, and there's another tornado warning in Missouri. Wow, this thing's just going to keep spitting tornado warnings out. Anyways, there could be a lot of tornadoes and there could be a lot of fast-moving tornadoes, which is always not always something you want to be. You always want to be on watch for that. Sorry, I'm trying to look at stuff. I just want to make sure I'm in the right spot right now. Getting some tornado warnings just continual right now. Yeah, pretty much fast and windy. Just waiting in La Plata, kind of seeing what's going on here. Giving ourselves a little bit of room. Don't want to jump on these things. Especially on days like today, you don't want to jump them because they will be fast. They will move past you. Very quickly they will move past you, actually. Like very, very quickly. And you'll be stuck in it all day, and then it's not fun. Some little warm frontal boundary supercells, not even supercells, sorry. Little warm frontal storms kind of heading towards me right this second. That, I can do my calculations here. We are currently about 120 miles from it. This will be 50 miles per hour, so about 2-ish hours. So yeah, about 4 o'clock is what I was thinking, unless I head southwest. I'm currently in La Plata. I'm just setting so I can answer your guys' questions or anything right now. We're just waiting and seeing what's going on here. Sorry, I had to turn my air thing on again because that phone gets so hot. It doesn't even feel too hot. It just is for some reason. Anyways, currently just sitting here in La Plata, Missouri, waiting. Just kind of deciding where I'm going to go. Just watching stuff, you know. That storm looks pretty good. I'm thinking about heading south and then west. Yes, I'm on Earth, so don't worry about that. But it sure looks like I'm going to have to head south. Because this thing is intense, but it's really intense along the most southern corridor of it. do have my spotter dot on. I did forget about that. So that should help out. Man, that thing's really loud. Oh man, the phone's really warm though. It's not fun. I'm gonna take the little phone case off. Hold on, guys. Take the phone case off for today. Let it cool down. Wow, that phone is warm. Let me blast some cold air at it real quick. Hold on, guys. It's gonna be really loud for a second, but I gotta get this thing cooled down a touch. I wish I was in Alaska for my phone right now. Just blasting it with cold air. Dust in the wind, yeah. So cold though for this stream froze. So like this, it should take a second. Then once it's cooled down. Yeah, definitely. I should invest in a little bit of a phone cooler. It'd actually be amazing. I think that's what my next purchase will have to be, because that'd be really nice to have a cooler, so then my phone doesn't just overheat every single time I chase in the summer. Because the sun's so hot. There we go. Back up there. Just kind of waiting still. These tornadoes, oh man, it's really hard. And these, especially on these kind of days, I'd say you just kind of look for, there's little bowing segments, and it's kind of usually on the top side of a bowing segment. Top and bottom sides of bowing segments can really produce them. Just look for a little bit of rotation in the line. It's tough. These are definitely tougher days than usual to chase tornadoes, especially because I mean they're going to be a little rainy too. So Cleveland, Ohio, that's a little ways away. But glad you all are tuning in here. Got a good looking setup for on the way right now. 3,500 surface cape almost just to my south. Mixed layer cape, we're getting almost to 2,000. This is coming this direction. Got the supercell composite almost 12 for a lot of these areas, and we've got SDP of almost 2. So we got a lot of things going our way. We got pretty solid 3 cape vorticity, which is kind of that low level spin and instability, which combines together, and you get a lot better chance of these tornadoes. Photographs don't look too terrible. You know what? I don't know. I think there's going to be a tornado around this area. I don't know if we'll see it. We're going to be on it, like on where it's at. I just don't know for a fact if we're going to see it or not. But I'm going to try. I'm sure going to try. There won't be any hail. There'll be weak tornadoes anyways. I mean, we're gonna give it an old shot here. So. Give us the best chance we physically can have to see a tornado today. So these kind of days are the best. Oh no, like these kind of today, I mean EF2 would be the absolute strongest kind of thing you could even get really off these QLCS like this. Likely won't see anything up to that even, but that's kind of the maximum for these QLCS tornadoes. That's like the usual maximum for our forum at least. Likely won't say anything though too crazy strength wise, just because you don't get that. It's just they can't become as strong when they're only QLCS kind of thing instead of a more isolated supercell. Yeah, but it looks like this thing should start congealing even better and becoming even more intense over the next hour or two. Which we're just sitting here, you know, just wait now, giving it a little bit of time, and then if we need to, we'll head west. Considering to move west already, but or southwest, I guess. Yes, Greenfield was sort of QLCS, I will say that. It was like on a process of like kind of breaking to be more isolated. It was a weird one. It was a very weird one. But I will say it was basically QLCS. QLCS in the right way can be basically like supercells, but today is more of an MCS kind of thing, and you're not quite as potent for like strong tornadoes. And the environment's nowhere near like Greenfield Day. Greenfield Day had some incredible low-level publicity, unlike today, which you got a decent amount of low-level publicity. You just don't have that much. You got enough for tornadoes, but not enough for a strong tornado like that. I do appreciate you guys for tuning in here. Just kind of sitting around, trying to think of stuff to say, I guess. Something like that. Sorry for the loud blaring of wind. Here, let me turn it down for a little bit. There we go. Now you guys can probably actually hear me instead of wind. But yeah, anyways. Lots of low-level publicity, a lot more than I even thought. Wow, okay. Lots of spin over by Kansas City right now. Definitely can see why they're issuing tornado warnings already. And our Cape values are rapidly rising up. I mean, we're already past whatever some people were thinking we were going to have today, so it's very interesting. It's very cool to watch these kind of days like this uptrend so fast at the end. I mean, a lot of the times you get a downtrend and you're kind of like, well, there you go, let's just chase, you know. But like today, really uptrended, which is kind of uncommon for this. Oh, it's pretty uncommon for chasing. Usually you're watching, looks good on models, gets worse, gets better a little bit, and then it gets bad the day of. But today definitely took a sharp uptrend in the last 5-6 hours, which is why I headed this way. I headed out and I was like, you know what? Connecticut, that's a ways out too. It's the furthest one so far. Oh my. What's going on in Kansas City? Looks funky. Alright, let's take a peek at what's going on here. Alright, mesoanalysis. Let's see what you got. Oh yeah. 2 hours from now. Yeah, that intense environment right here, boom, yep, perfect. 2-3 hours looks like the best time period for this kind of stuff. Maybe even like 1.5, 2. I think it's going to be more like 2 hours until we get to the main stuff up here at least. But I'm feeling pretty solid about this now. We'll see though. Seems like a lot of this area is going to be in a good positioning for this storm. I'll just have to decide whether to go north or south. Oh my gosh. Looking at the model, the wrap compared for now and what it actually is insane. It's further south, but like it's also substantially more intense, and also better environment, like way better environment. That's kind of incredible, actually, how much different that is. Wow. Every single parameter is that much off, like that much different, that much more intense and everything. Cape could be a little less, I'd say, but that's about it. Other than that, other than the Cape, I'd say we're ahead of schedule on everything else. I know, that's what I was saying. That little hook in KC looks interesting for sure. A little bit of a hook looks very interesting, which is why I keep contemplating going southwest and just getting on it a little earlier. And now there's 2 tornado warnings in KC. I think we got to get south. It's going to be south of here. All right, we're going to continue down to Brookfield here. Independence is getting hit right now with whatever is going on down there. But yeah, anyways, we're going to be headed back south here again. And then probably west from there. Missouri people. Could even be down to Moberly we need to get to. Alright, let's roll. Gonna roll on south. Rolling south here towards where I'm thinking these tornado warnings are gonna be, basically. We're gonna head south because I think that's where we want to be for the best tornado potential. I don't know. I think they'll probably go 5% tornado at the 3 p.m. update. I don't know if they'll go enhanced. They could go 30% wind. We'll see. I mean, I do think that we are gonna get a 5% tornado, but we'll see. Who knows? We should, if we have it. Once we have it, when you get a tornado watch, you should probably have it 20%. Percent chance of a 5%, sorry. When you have a tornado watch, you should have a 5% usually. Alright. Currently heading south here, going towards Macon, and then we're going to head west from there. Or we go down to Moberly, I don't know yet for sure, but we're just getting to a better spot for later on. And I would like to note, if the data goes out, we will be back as quick as possible. At some point I'm going to get some better spillover stuff for the stream when it falls out, but I really think we're going to have some rough data once we get south, but it's alright. We're going to be staying live as long as possible. And like I said, if it drops, I'll be back as soon as possible too. But if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're currently headed south. Tornado warnings right down in Kansas City right now, heading this way. Likely going to be near Macon-ish area, I'd say would be the best chance of tornadoes within the next 2 to 3 hours. But yeah, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Want to become a channel member, that really helps out. It's just like a monthly thing, and you get behind the scenes access to videos and live streams and everything. I tell you my exact chase locations where I'm going to go and everything like that, so if you're interested in that, I'd appreciate it. But currently headed towards these storms. We got some backed winds, which is kind of what has prompted these higher tornado probabilities, these backing of the winds northeast of this QLCS kind of thing, which has been kind of crazy to watch throughout the day because it didn't look anything like that earlier. But we've kind of really started to get a higher tornado potential as we got closer and closer. It's just started to uptrend and even more and more. So we've come a long way since this morning, that's for sure. Lots and lots of clearing. That's one of the main things. We've got some really good instability values, especially because we have such high dew points. Those dew points really can drive up. The high dew points can really drive up the Cape values when they start to mix a little bit and do the clearing. Really saturated wind profiles or moisture profiles as well. The 2-week upload schedule starts this Sunday, so then this Sunday will be the first video, and then 2 weeks later we'll do another one, and then it'll just continue for as long, you know, my plan is to continue it forever basically, but I'll at least continue through the summer without a doubt, but I'm planning on doing that all the way through the school year and through next year and everything. So, and I mean, heck, if we get enough support on stuff, I might do every week, but every 2 weeks seems like a good bet right now. Yeah, every 2 weeks starting this Sunday. I already have the audio recorded for that video. I have my voice recordings. I also I had the script done and I have the video recording, so I just need to get the video thrown together. It should take me the rest of the week and have it up by Sunday at noon. Every Sunday at noon is my plan. Yeah, that's my plan. I want to be, there's not really consistency for the other people to making tornado documentaries. You know, they make a video every 2-3 months, just upload one. My goal is to have one every 2 weeks on the same day at the same time, because then people know what to expect, and also they keep coming out, you know. Some people, I mean, there's been some YouTube, they have great videos, don't get me wrong, like excellent, better than my videos even, but the reason is they don't have them quick enough, so it's kind of like I'm sacrificing the insane quality and money spent and all that for more consistent upload schedule. Yeah, his videos are probably the best, I'd say, for sure. But yeah, it's just, well, obviously for them, it's like really hard to actually get uploaded videos just because, you know, they take so much effort. And I know he pays people to make like stuff, and he pays for the footage and everything, like a bunch of different things. So like, their process will take a lot longer. But for me, it's kind of just like, I'm gonna do what I can do. Just make my videos, you know. But yeah, anyways, we're heading south, getting towards Macon, and then we'll be headed west, likely. That's my goal. Yeah, video editing is kind of tough. It's not really, it's also sometimes it's not fun. We got a tornado on the ground in Kansas City right now. That's what it looks like. Yeah, we got an observed tornado on the ground in Kansas City right now, going through Independence. That's exactly what's coming this way for later, so we've got a good shot of some tornadoes. But yeah, we got a confirmed tornado in the south. Wait, that's the eastern side of Kansas City has a tornado that is confirmed and doing some damage on the eastern side, so we already have our first tornado of the day. But anyways, a lot of this area looks kind of like we're going to have, over the next few hours, a lot of potential at tornadoes. I feel like this thing's going to be a fairly prolific tornado producer. Like I've said this for hours now, and people are finally catching on that it actually kind of looks like it could be a big day. QLCS enough, I guess. It is a hard thing to forecast, but this is a day that you can easily tell was going to be crazy if you looked into it at all. Most of the people saying it wasn't going to be didn't look into it. I mean, this is a very obvious QLCS tornado spam kind of day, and that's what's already starting right now. So multiple hours of this. I mean, we could have 20 tornadoes in this section of Missouri, just due to how quick they can form and go away, and how fast they move. Yeah, a localized tornado outbreak definitely is possible today. And a lot of people just don't realize that, because I mean, these QLCS days kind of sneak up on people. Obviously yesterday it didn't even look like today would do much, and then now throughout the morning it's gotten more and more intense. Yeah, it is hard to make those videos, I will say, that is for sure. But as we get closer here, just kind of watching these things get northeast. Kirksville's looking pretty decent for storms, I'd say, for sure. Getting warm. It gets warm in this car, especially because I have to keep the AC up there. It's really kind of stinks sometimes. year for chasing and streaming in general, so it's kind of nice to have finally my own kind of event where I can be one of the few people on it. So see what the SPC does whenever they update their next forecast. I just don't. They're not locked in on today for sure. I will say that. Could be better, but that does happen sometimes, especially QLCS. If you haven't already, check out my sponsors. They're all in the description of the video. They help support me in all this chasing and everything else, weather forecasting, all that kind of stuff. So just check out them. They're the first couple in the description. You can see the links. Go to their websites or their Facebook pages or whatever else. You know, there's some phone numbers and different things. So check those out. Appreciate all them. And yeah, it's getting sunny now. You can see the smoke almost even in the air. Man, we had a tornado on the ground in Kansas City. That's something. 74 over 70 is absolutely incredible for dew point temperature spreads. It's a lot sharper of a turn than it looked. Way sharper. And in Iowa, they put up those little signs whenever they have the roads that you have to slow down for a little bit, but they didn't have them here. I didn't notice that. I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm the only one that's up here that's live streaming at least. And I mean, that doesn't usually happen. I mean, if there's a tornado warning, I mean, there's a chance this thing can blow up. So I do appreciate you all for tuning in and getting ready for whatever's coming this way. The data stayed decent. I think if we stay on the highway I'm going towards right now, it should be decent. But I don't know about that. Especially because this is a QLCS kind of day and be a little rainy, but I'm going to try, like I said, I'm going to try to push it to get close on these QLCS days. They're going to be a lot weaker tornadoes, and also just, you know, you got to be close to see them. And there's no hail, so whatever. You know, that's the main worry for me is hail. Definitely the most this year so far. Wow, this whole line, you can just tell it's going to start producing them like crazy. Oh man, today's going to be a crazy day of just weird stuff, that's for sure. Just the combination of a lot more instability and actually having pretty decent wind profiles plus upper level support like we do. If today was super cellular, there'd be a lot of tornadoes, I feel like. Oh, I appreciate it. I do think, I think I might legitimately thought about chasing, but I think I might be the only streamer today. Unfortunately, there's other streams going on right now, and the data's iffy here, so it's kind of like whenever he streams. Alright, we're going to probably head west here. way, we're in a good spot. I'm just trying to decide which one I'd rather be. If I'd rather be further south or further west. Probably go west. And then Brunswick is... Where's Brunswick? I just zoomed down. I can't find it. Oh, Brunswick. Oh, Brunswick's just south. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So we'll go west first. Crossing through Macon right now, turning right, heading towards it, heading west towards the storm system a little bit. Just want to be a little closer to it, so if it does try to do it again, or if it looks really, really good, we'll dive and go right at it. But we're just trying to get into a good position to kind of stay ahead of it, find a good couple highways to stay on, and, you know, just chase it like you're supposed to. QLCS are a lot harder, because, I mean, today especially, they're moving pretty fast, but should work out fine. And like I mentioned before, the data will cut out at some point, so if it does cut out at some point, it'll be back up at some point too, because the data just gets really iffy around these northeast Missouri kind of areas. Turning east, right up here, going through Macon, turning right up here actually, like right up here, I think at least. I just want to make sure I'm not wrong. Yeah, right here. Alright, getting on Highway 36 west, heading right for this line of storms that's producing some tornadoes. Brookfield, Missouri. I am in Macon right now, but Brookfield seems to be the best target for me, going west. It does get a little tree fill here, so it'll be a little iffy for a while, but that's not the main target area, so we'll be better off a little bit. Got to drive through the iffy area to get to the nice area, well, the okay area. None of this area is where I'd want to be chasing if I could choose, that's for sure. But you don't get to choose where you chase. Well, I mean, you do, but you don't get to choose what the storms are at, I guess is the better way to say that. This thing is going to keep producing tornadoes, so hopefully we can get to it. appreciate it. Maybe we'll see you back if there's any tornadoes going on in the stream, or if I make a video afterwards if we get any tornadoes, but we'll see. Looks like a decent little day for some tornadoes, some QLCS spinny tornadoes. So it doesn't overheat. It gets a little loud, but it makes it so the phone doesn't overheat and stop working, so I guess that's better than nothing. Especially when we're driving right at the sun. Right towards the direction with the sun, I guess. No, we're not going into the sun. We're not in a spaceship. Winds are really backed out in front of this thing, which back winds really give me better tornado. I'm currently just west of Macon, Missouri. I'm headed straight for the tornado warned storm. Brookfield's in 30 miles, and that's where I'm headed towards right now. About 30 minutes from now, that storm will be pretty close to Brookfield, honestly. And then we're going to head towards it even closer, probably. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens. We could go north, south, east, west, wherever we want from there. But, yep, currently just west of Macon, Missouri, which is about an hour, or about 45 minutes south of Kirksville, Missouri, and probably an hour and about 10 minutes north of Columbia. If you don't know where that's at, or you don't have a map or anything right now to look at. If you want to look at radar scope or anything or anything that you can look at spotter locations on, I do have my location on it. It should just say John White. It'll say like live on YouTube or something if you click it, but that's funny. Definitely chased all year. As in, there won't be anybody else on it except me and about 2 other people at most. There's still a little hook on this thing. Man, this thing gonna just keep reducing, I think. Should be a fun little storm day. And it's kind of one of these out of nowhere ones, too. I think we hit 7,200 followers, so I really appreciate, or subscribers, so I appreciate that. I'm trying to grow my YouTube. That's kind of where I'm starting to expand instead of the other platforms. You know, I use Facebook a lot for local people, so I always like using that. I'm never going to stop Facebook. I'm never going to stop any of the platforms. I'm just saying I'm trying to grow my YouTube the most. But Facebook I really like because you get those local people and it's fun to make forecasts. And then I'd say Twitter is kind of like, or X, whatever you want to call it, is more of a connection kind of place. So however many followers doesn't really matter. It's just who you know and everything. And then YouTube's where I like, that's my favorite. I like making video content, so that's the more fun area for me at least. 27 miles and then we'll be in our target area. Data along this highway is actually pretty solid, which I figured it would be. This is the main highway, so if I could, I'd like to stay on it today, not get too far off this path, because then we'll be better off with the live stream and everything, so you guys can see everything going on. But, you know, that's how Jason usually doesn't go. I actually do kind of think marching band is a sport. I remember when I was in it, it takes a lot of energy, that's for sure. Storm chasing is also kind of a sport too, or actually it is a sport. I mean, think it's like race car driving plus hunting plus whatever you want to, fishing, I don't know, whatever you think. Yeah, marching band was fun in high school. It was a good time. Wow, there's about to be multiple segments along this line that are going to produce. Like I can see, if you guys go look at radar right now, you can see like little tails coming off of the main line. This is going to be an insane tornado producing day. Like legitimately could have double-digit tornadoes. pretty good call by the National Weather Service to issue a tornado watch instead of severe thunderstorm watch. I will say that right now. It was a good call. I'm glad they did, because I mean, I had been thinking, for a while that we were going to be tornadoes instead of severe mostly. I was actually surprised when they issued a tornado watch, but I'm impressed, and I like the issuing of it right now already, so I think it'll pan out well for them. It was a good, kind of a little bit of a gamble, although watches aren't too risky to kind of give out. Tornado warnings are definitely a risky one if you do a wrong timed tornado warning. Consistently kept about 20 people here, and I appreciate that. Like I mentioned, this is probably the best one of my streams I've done all year, so it's really nice to see you guys all here. It's a lot more fun having people to talk to. Southwest Iowa, but yeah, oh man, yeah, which is good, After having last year, how many crazy things happened in Southwest Iowa, it is kind of nice to finally for them to get a break. But man, last year was insane for that area for sure. It's good to give them a little bit of a break, even if that's one of my favorite areas to chase. Really, all of Iowa has been slow, though. A lot of the areas where I chase most of the time have been slow. This is about one of the first times where I've had potential near-ish buy. Things coming together really well. That's where I live. I live in Iowa too, so we're all corn goers, I guess is one way to say it. Not growers, but goers. Well, I guess you might be a corn grower too, if you live in Iowa especially. Cornfields are pretty cool. You haven't been out at all, man. There was that one event, that Essex tornado, that was it. That's the only time I've been in Southwest Iowa this year. Usually I go there every couple weeks in the spring. I literally have gone through Mount Air, which is usually where I go through, is one time this year, and that's incredible. I think last year I went through Mount Air about 20 times. I'm impressed by the data, I will say that. Pleasantly surprised, probably is the better way to say it. New tornado warning update thing here. Yeah, this thing's definitely getting better and better now. Actually really close to this tornado warning. That one that just got issued, I'm within probably about 45 minutes of being in the tornado warning. Or could be if I was going to keep going, but I think I'm going to sit back and wait for just a touch longer. Because I mean, these QLCS, you really do want to wait on them. You don't want to bounce too early. that is true, then I'm going to definitely go south instead of going after this line. If anything becomes isolated today, there's going to be, if there's a prefrontal, I mean, this could be a complete tornado fest. That's where you would get your stronger tornado potential, if something can actually fire. Because, I mean, I'm not going to lie, looking on radar right now, that storm down near Concordia, yeah, that draws me in a little bit. Like, if that can intensify, I don't know, that's something. Definitely something to keep an eye out on. Just get to Brunswick, and then we're gonna, or Brookfield, and then we're gonna set and kind of wait and see if we need to go south after that little cell, or wait for these tornado warned ones to come right at me. Yeah, we got 5%. I knew we would. I don't know what they were thinking taking it away ever. Yeah, we got our 5% tornado risk now. Lots of clearing. Really led to that. Big 5% tornado risk throughout a large part of southeast Iowa now. Recent cam guidance. Embedded circulations and brief tornadoes within the line. Almost supercellular, that line, the end of that line down there, the tail end of that one part is almost like a supercell at this point. It keeps getting like nudged from the line behind it, pushing out and making new. It's gonna be a good chase day, that's for sure. Brookfield here real soon. I think we're going to get to Brookfield actually now. I wasn't sure if we were, but I think we are, just because that gives me a northeast road, two south roads, an east road, a west road, a straight north road. But it gives me like almost every single direction you could need. South, north. Right here. This area, so don't leave. We'll be back if it cuts for a little bit. We'll be back. So bad data all day until right now. Not working. They just trying to come back. will definitely have a possibility of some bad data. I do know that. So be prepared for that. Towards the tornado warning part of the cell right now, part of the line, I guess. See what happens. It looks like the best portion of it for it to do produce tornadoes, though. I will say that. The rest of it's not as tornado conducive. Kirksville should be, I don't know, it could get hit, but it wouldn't be by too much, it doesn't look like. It looks like most of it's to the south now. But yeah, it'll be close. That's not a bad idea. If anything happens to your roof, you know, it's East Missouri and southeast Iowa. Right now, it's really starting to be iffy here, so I just want to note. area of some stuff. Haven't decided whether I'm going to go for the cluster or the line or the main cell that's going south. Both look pretty intriguing. I'm kind of in the perfect spot to pick either though right now, so don't have to decide yet. Brunswick right now. Trying to decide what to do. I'm not sure. Actually never. Other than like the little ones, you know. There's a lot that actually don't have them, but I'm just talking about like a full-on gas station. I've never seen one that didn't have an overhang thing. We gotta get east. Okay, let's see. out ahead of this, a little bit of this stuff here. Basically just trying to get back over to 5 so I can get north if I need to. Got about 30-ish minutes until we'd be back on 5. actually. I've not looked behind me once, but it actually looks pretty impressive behind me. Could be a touch of rotation or something back there. It's coming this way pretty fast, otherwise I would stop. I can stop for about 1 minute or two. Maybe. We'll see. I'll consider it. Shelfy thing. Little shelf. Go out here and plug it in. Plug my phone in with something else because it's not working very well.
Take the next left on US 24 East.
Don't want this phone to die. It's got some stuff on the outside of this thing. Now we go. Keep on rolling east. Just want to stay ahead of it. Don't lose any ground on it. west here, trying to get over to Oberley. And we'll see what to do from there. We want to keep heading east, or sorry, we're headed east. So get to Moberly, see if we want to keep heading east or head north, or what we're going to do, because there's a lot of good options out of Moberly. C5 EF1s because they'd be more photogenic likely. Stay ahead of this thing real heading east now. This little thing behind us right here. Staying out in front of it right now. It's severe worn technically, but I'm not sure. All this kind of looks like it's fizzling just a touch. It's weird. I'm not sure what's going on here. Must have had a little bit of residue still. Not sure how to feel about this though. itself, and it didn't really do very well. Must be those mid-level lapse rates just kind of killed it. I was thinking about going north to get up to that other part, but I can't. I mean, if I could, but it's not like really too much. I'm not sure. I don't really think there's much I can do right now. Or at all, really. It feels pretty fizzled and done, realistically. South doesn't look good. North doesn't look good. I guess the best option is to go over to Paris and see how it is by then. And then if it looks decent, then I'll keep going. And if not, I'll just call it good there. Or I could go north and just kind of let it hit me for a while and then keep going east from there if I needed to. Yeah, I saw that Oklahoma was trying to get some stuff up there. Yeah, this looked really good, and then it kind of just, it really got messy. It got too messy. It was going to be a QLCS, like a linear kind of thing, and then it just got even messier than it was supposed to be, and then that's kind of what, well, I would say kind of killed it, because it really did. No, there was no way Oklahoma would have been a good target today from how far I am from it. It'd be different if I lived there or lived even somewhat close. It just wasn't a realistic option for how lower end of a day it was. I don't know. I'm honestly thinking about just heading north. Let this line hit me, then headed north while I'm in it and see what goes down. I think Paris would probably be the best. Get to Paris, because that's about 45 to an hour out, and then from there I'll decide whether to just roll home or not. Get home by, I guess, about a 2-hour drive-ish from Paris to home, I think. Yeah, if I left right now, it'd be about 7:30 when I got back, so it'd be about 8. That's fine, too. The idea of kind of going through it right now, and then if it looks good and about when I get to Macon, then because then I'd get a good intercept of it too, and then I get some good visuals on it. Because once you start getting east, it gets a little iffy. The terrain does, so I'm just not sure if I want to keep rolling east with it when it looks like this. I think I'm going to go north with it, because, yeah, Kirksville really needs a radar. I think I'm going to go north with it, because if I get east and this flooding rain really goes, those roads north of Paris and west of there are terrible in the rain. So there's a chance that you'd have to take like 5 different routes to get home. So I'm feeling like I should just kind of go north and get myself a good view of it first. Yeah, down in Texas. I don't know. It looks good, I'd say, but we'll have to see. I don't know. I don't know if I can get another big chase like that one. We'll have to see, though. some chances coming up, you would think. Yeah, I think I'm going to punch it. I think I'm going to punch the core of it right now and just see what the winds look like and everything. It's not even severe anymore. Like, I feel like it's just completely done now. Like, basically completely done. Like, it doesn't even make sense how quickly it just died out. So I think I'm going to go north. If I had $1 billion, I don't know. Chase more storms, I guess? I don't know. I definitely would get a radar in Kirksville if I had enough money. I think you'd need a lot more than $1 million, unfortunately. Yeah, we're just going to punch this thing. Why not? I don't think it's going to be any better in about an hour whenever I'd be. And honestly, if it is, I don't really care. I don't feel like there's going to be too much going on.
Your route may be affected by severe thunderstorms.
Yeah, that's my goal. A lot of days you can kind of tell when it's kind of done. Yeah, I have this highway. Highway 5 is like a 2-lane, but it's like 7. Actually, it's a 4-lane. Sorry, it's a 4-lane highway. So I'm just gonna roll on that north. Why not? I mean, nothing else to do here. I mean, it should be a shelf of some sort. I saw it a little bit ago. Maybe, unless it fizzled out, because it kind of looks like it fizzled out anyways. We'll see. I don't really care. It wasn't a very far chase. It is what it is, you know. It sometimes does. I'm really surprised they went up to 5% then. If it just fizzled. Like, I had a feeling it could be really good, and I thought they should go to 5%, and then it did all this, and I'm kind of like, why did it do this? I don't know what happened, because it was clearing and everything. Just a little confused by what happened today, because it looked good, and I thought for sure it was a good idea to go to 5. I thought, and it just kind of, I think just the storm storm mode kind of screwed it up completely, because I think those southern ones kind of killed it off, and then everything just, I don't know, nothing really, just kept going downhill from there. Still looks like some heavy rain though for a lot of this northeastern Missouri kind of area, so flooding is definitely a concern. But it should be out of the way for most tornadoes and severe weather potential. Seems like, at least. Might get a decent picture or two though, if we can get a shelf, if there is one. Like, I guess if I would have known this was going to happen, I should have stopped and turned around and took a picture when it looked decent. I mean, wow. It kind of looks like there's a little bit of a, yeah, vaporize all the storms except one. But yeah, it's fine by me. It's better doing it this close to home than being 5, 6, 7, 8 hours like I was in Texas the other week and got nothing. That was really stupid. That second day was the worst, or third day I guess was the worst. The first day was okay, I guess, but yeah. It's been a rough year though, that's for sure, but there'll be something. Maybe. I've been saying that all year. I've been saying there's going to be something all year, and look where we are now. That's how it goes. Last year was crazy, and this year, you know, isn't great, but that happens. It's alright. That's what I was thinking. Up there would be better shelf, but I actually saw someone up there, and it just looks like a cold little storm. Like, it looks cold and dead. That's what happens. I guess that's what just happened to this thing. It just got cold and died. Wait, did I turn to the wrong spot? No, I think I turned to the right spot. Sorry, 63. That's the road I need to go on. That's what this is. I don't know why I said 5. Yeah, if this thing produces a tornado at this point, it's probably not going to be visible whatsoever. At that, when it was in Kansas City, man, it probably was visible, because I mean, you could tell it was on like a hook, almost like a supercellular kind of thing, but it just got worse and worse. shelf at all. Whatever. Huh.
In a quarter mile, turn left
Just
onto
need-
US 63 North Rift to make it.
I just need some of those Northwest Iowa 2% tornado days that are like 2 or 3 supercells. That's what I need right now. About a 30% hail, maybe. 15 significant hail, Northwest Iowa. 1 or 2 storms at most. That's what I need right now. Yeah, I play. No, I don't really play many. I play Minecraft once in a while. I play Storm Chasers is one of the games I play. It's like it's a Steam game. That's about it though. Just play that.
On US 63 North for 50 miles.
Never really been a huge gamer. I guess I play Madden. Play a lot of Madden and some other sport games. But other than that, not really too much. And if you guys aren't already, I do have a Discord server. If you guys check out my YouTube posts, I have a post up the link to it. And if you're not in that already, go ahead and join it because I do talk in there quite a bit. And that's where my main contact with people are that watch my videos and stuff. Yes, I know, it's nice to finally get the rain, that's for sure. Even not really many good storms, but we've got some really good rain fall coming for these areas that really haven't had any. But, I mean, heck, this is what you need. So that's a lot of these areas need this rain a lot. So it's good to finally get some, and then hopefully get some more next week. It looks like look like we're in a wetter pattern coming up at least. So that's a positive here. And that gives us chances of some storms, but you know what? I have before. I've done game streams before. But anyways, all this time off from storms gives me a good chance to make all my documentaries. I've had plenty of time this summer to make them, so I should definitely be able to keep uploading them for you guys. I really enjoy making them, every part of it, except for the script writing. The script writing gets a little iffy. It's not that fun. Just sitting down, it's feels like writing a paper, but it could be a lot worse because it's still interesting topics. It's like writing an interesting paper. You're like, well, I don't really want to do it, but it's not that bad. There's like a tiny, tiny shelf. I'll stop it whenever it gets really close to us. But anyways, yeah. The script writing's the hardest part. Well, not hardest, but it's the most... You're just like, oh man, part of writing is making a video, and then the voiceover is a little weird too because you have to keep talking, but that's fine. It's not too bad. And then the editing, I really enjoy editing, especially making little animation stuff that the documentaries have. Yeah, I've been walking and running and lifting and stuff, getting ready. I haven't swam for a little while, but don't need to full time in the summer, but I will be soon. Getting back to that soon. And baby shelf. Oh my gosh. It's gotta be the tiniest, crappiest shelf I've ever seen in my life. But you know what? I'm still gonna take a picture of it. Because I don't know. This stream I think has done better than any of my other streams this year so far. Just because of nobody else being out up here and also just local, I don't know. That's why I need some of those northern Iowa, northwest Iowa low end days that can do something. Here, let me turn the stream so you guys can get a peek of whatever this is, the tiniest little shelf ever in my entire life. So something. Yeah, this is actually not bad. Along this highway, there's some good chasing terrain. It's a 70-mile-per-hour highway too. But there's some good little segments in this area of Missouri. There can be. There's also some very, very bad segments too. Like where we were earlier was terrible. This is actually somewhat, wow, this is slowing way down. 70, buddy. It's a 70 road. You don't gotta go down to 60. It's going 60. Yeah, I think I'll pull over on a curb over the shoulder over here to some point here. Soon-ish. It's kind of weird being slow that much. This doesn't look too bad. It actually looks really interesting. Huh. Radar shows a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of rotation, I'd say. Like maybe the smallest little couplet you've ever seen in your life, but it's still something, I guess. You might as well stop here. I'll pull over onto this place. Tornado launch got extended, I guess. Maybe going north was the right option. It's interesting looking. Yeah, I definitely want to stop here. This actually looks really interesting. Huh, this is not a bad structure either. Well, heck, we actually might be getting some stuff right here. All is not lost. This actually looks pretty solid. Alright. Well, we're going to go into here, and then we're going to turn and look that way.
Continue on County Road B56.
Let's take a view this way. Oh yeah, solid. Pretty solid.
In 800 feet,
Around here.
turn left toward County Road B56, County Road 1745.
Pretty solid looking. Huh. Pretty cool looking. It's not bad at all. Looks like a little bit of a, maybe not wall cloud, but we got some scuddy. Lower into it. I gotta get my camera ready. Or I'm not gonna get a picture. Oof. Gotta hurry up. Oh, it's gonna be quick. Oh my, I gotta get my camera really ready. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like a wall cloud in there. If you guys look deep in there. Just a little bit. Turn my time-lapse GoPro on. Yeah, it's interesting. Huh. This is just spun up out of nowhere pretty much. Wow. Okay. This is better than I thought it'd be. Wow. Spun up well. Yeah, way better than I thought from the radar. Huh, it's kind of impressive. You know what? I actually got some good pictures of this guy. Well, heck. Got some good pictures. You know what? I'll take it. I will take it. Best thing we've seen all day. Let's dive into it a little bit. Why not? It's a little more fun. Alright. Let's go right into this thing. Oh yeah. You can see that rain pouring down up there. I guess I'm glad I went north. Alright, time to just punch this thing. Oh, that's a fun picture.
Take the next right on US 63.
Okay, time to roll. Alright, we're gonna punch right into this thing. Should be fun. here we go. Windbag intercept incoming. You guys are ready for this one? All right. Goes nothing. Woo! Some good old winds in there, that's for sure. I'm ready for derecho season. That's what I'm ready for. We might want to set. I think we're going to set, just in case it really does try to spin up a little bit. Because we're just south of where the rotation looks to kind of be. Currently just south of Jacksonville, Missouri. Very outflowy. There's probably not any rotation in here. Yeah, we got maybe a touch rotation to my north. Hard to tell. Just kind of trying to look and see if we can see anything. Can't see anything. Just really rainy, but decent looking storm, that's for sure. Strong one. Give it just a little bit of room so it doesn't get completely over. Could be a little bit of rotation right ahead of me. I mean, it doesn't hurt to keep going a little north. Hard to see. I'm gonna roll north with it. Try to see if we can see anything. There's a rotation, possible rotation just going north. We're just going to cruise with it and see what we can see. Strong winds coming from the west here. Definitely severe level, without a doubt, actually. Right inside the little bow part of this thing. Definitely becoming more intense though, I will say that. Slow down a touch, I can barely see. See a little bit of darkening maybe on the radar that direction. I'm not sure what it is, but it's hard to tell. Or I meant on the screen. Maybe could be lower level clouds inside of this thing that could have been maybe a mezzo of some sort. Probably not, though. Hard to tell. Could never see good enough on the radar to know for sure. Alright, well, we're going to be getting north here soon again. Alright. Very heavy rain with this thing. That is gorgeous. this thing finally came back into a line again. That was rapid too. This thing like rapidly came back. I know, that's what I'm thinking. I might actually go east when we get to Macon. We'll have to see. Considering it. But I feel like this is the last portion of tornadoes, so right around this area. You see, there's a tornado. Actually, that's exactly what I'm saying. The tornado watch is exactly the area I'm thinking the last bit of tornado potential could be eked out, you know, along the 5% risk. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to decide what happens, how long it takes to get to, however long it takes to get to Macon. We'll decide where I go from there. But yeah, right before I got engulfed by the rain, it was starting to look really solid. You could just tell it was starting to congeal pretty well. It's funny how quiet it is when the semi's going past me. Oh. Yeah, okay, it was because I was like, why did it get so quiet? I was wondering if it wasn't the semi, but it was. Went back to severe warned, I think. Or no, never mind. Very heavy rain, that's for 12 miles to Macon, then I can decide if I want to go east or stay going north. All I know is going east from Macon does get iffy. Definitely can tell the rain got lighter. Severe thunderstorm. Pretty heavy rain here, that's for sure. Keep rolling for a while on that too. got its act back together though. For a while there it was completely falling apart, and now it's completely back together. It's weird. Likely due to the terrible lapse rates. Hit the brakes. Almost out of it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If I wouldn't have got that nice picture a little bit ago, I actually probably would have considered it, but man, I think that one shot, it almost looked like a supercell for a little bit. It was a little shelfy, but it had that little bit of a wall kind of thing inside of it. You could just, it was like a little segmented portion of it that was rotating very lightly, but still. So I think I'll probably just roll on north with it for a while and see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it'll just be a shelf at this point, maybe. But we'll see. I mean, obviously I can still go eat. If I wanted to. radar right now. And take a peek at it and see what it looks like a little bit, but it had a little bit of a tight pocket of rotation for a while, and then it kind of looked like it too, but man, I gave a little run, but it didn't. Welcome to the street. We're kind of just rolling north in this rain right now. We've been in for a little while now. Yeah, but I would say for sure it did kind of look like it was trying, but failed on 2LCS right then. That was the most interesting thing I've seen all day. Southeast of me looks interesting. Visible or interesting enough to go after it though. Plus, I'm not sure if punching from the backside of your QLC is the best idea. Especially if you did that. Whoa, that sign was bent. I don't know if that was from something today or what. Really nice Mason block. I didn't know that Macon had one like that. Also had one down there and Fordville, Centerville, all over it. They kind of went around and updated all of them. Moved it, updated it, seems like. actually. In front and behind me. This is my fake chaser convergence. Glad I brought my rain jacket. It'll be cold and rainy when I get out. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty content with today. It was a pretty short drive. Saw a little bit of stuff. Got my hopes up though, I will say that. It did. It really gave me some hope for a little while there. It is what it is. How chasing goes. Especially this season. Just gotta give it the opportunity. I mean, if I would have not chased, you never know what could have happened. So, and it was close, so it is what it is. Even in Missouri. Yeah, whatever. I'll be okay with it. Got some probably the better structure I've seen this year because I really haven't seen much structure or tornado stuff. So, well, I haven't seen many tornadoes or like some structure. I really just haven't chased them. Hasn't been that many chances for me to. I've got to assume there'll be some rolling around mid-late June though in Iowa and adjacent areas, even within like 6 hours would be okay. Like I'm talking like South Dakota, Minnesota, Nebraska for sure. Yeah, and that's true too. You never know what could have happened. I mean, heck, but I went. You know, if it would have produced a tornado, I'd have been a lot more mad. If I then, it's like I'd have been a lot more mad sitting at home if a tornado happened than I am right now that a tornado didn't happen. I'm out. And actually, I saw some decent stuff, so I'm fine with it. So content with today. Plus, like I said, the stream did the best it did all year, so I'm happy with that too. It's been a rough year for streaming. Well, it's just been nothing really, so it's hard to have a good stream without a good storm. I mean, I guess today technically, but we had a storm. Yeah, we should be on the outside of this thing now. For the most part. Exactly, yeah. If you get one, even if you just get some good structure, well, of course, though, Oklahoma has to go decide to do some good tornadoes. I just saw a good picture of actually a tornado in Oklahoma, so that's about right, you know. And the worst part is, especially if on these kind of days, you know, I mean, I chase a low end day, but then if somewhere else happens to do something, that just takes away to do it, but whatever. It was a fun little chase day. Not sad that it could have been a lot worse, could have been better, but I mean, whatever. Especially this in the summer, and when I haven't really seen much this year, you just got to go after them all. Some tree stuff down the road. once we get to July, it really starts being north of I-70, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Really, all those events north of I-70, I'm going to try to go. We'll see. Yeah, Oklahoma and Texas kind of area does end off in that last, really this last week of June, like you said, is kind of their last time. For the most part, unless there's some freak cold spell and they get a big system for some reason. But yeah, June, late June, into July are historically Iowa, Nebraska, Colorado, Illinois, and north, obviously. Even into Canada. Just north of like Ames, you've got perfect data, you've got perfect terrain, maybe a couple of rivers, but not many, and even they are, if it's like 2 miles of bad, or a mile of bad, not even a mile, usually like half a mile. It's like a half mile of this terrain I'm in currently, like it's that flat, wide open, and good to chase, so, I don't know. Still a lot of season left up here, especially. We've got all the way till, really, September, but realistically, we've got all the way through June and July. Just at least a couple chances of stuff, I bet. Tornadoes or not, even derecho or whatnot. know, whenever there's more storms, I don't actually have any clue. Maybe next week I saw some chances. We'll see. I don't know if you want to do that this year. My luck's been terrible. Yikes. Oh man, it's so bad. I will say today did overperform what I thought it could do. It did better than I thought, but it also did worse than it could have been. But I mean, I don't really care at this point, really. Stop the stream when I get there, that area probably. We'll see though. I'll stop it a little before that, then I can get rolling. Then I don't have to try to remember to turn it off. Or won't have to stop at any other point at least. Stop it in this town if I can find a spot. There was some damage reported here too, so I can see if there was anything. Data stayed pretty good for being in Missouri. That was the best, some of the best my data's ever been in Missouri. Which isn't saying much, but it's still better than my usual Missouri traveling. turn in and pull around. Oh, ouch.
Continue on Lantern Street for half a mile.
Well, I think that's that. We were in the chase today, right here, so. Well, we tried, you know. Wasn't terrible. Could have been a lot better, could have been a lot worse. So I got some decent structure. It'll be fun to edit up the picture, but yeah, anyways, you know, thank you guys for tuning in. I always appreciate the support. And I'll see you hopefully next week or some other time for some more chasing, but all right, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.